Good morning. This is Larry, KF5MLP. We're going to work with the codecs this morning to set it so your computer does not play the computer sounds and you can still use your radio from your software. You can right click on the little speaker and come to sound settings. Click on it. Here you can see the speakers are my default and the microphone is default. To set things up, you want to go down here to more sound settings. Here you will get this box for playback. You want to make sure that there is nothing in these except what your radio is. And you can see it mine says, for instance, TS590SG, the ICOM 7610. How I got those names in there, you can also see it says 3 USB audio codec ready. I just double click on it and there is where I can change the name. You can change it right here. You can change the icon if you want to. After you do that, you can set the levels. To set levels on the record side, you'd use this bar, and move this over here. Use this bar to slide up and down to adjust it so your output is about midway. Click OK, and then recordings, you can see right here my radio is turned on and it's bouncing. To get that, again, I click that, the radio that I'm looking for, I click properties, and then you can change the name, and then you go to levels and you can set the levels so that you're in the middle. You don't worry about the general or the advanced. In the general, you can set what the codec is. If you've only got one radio and you've got your speakers, you don't have to worry about it. You can change it. It does make it a little bit easier, especially when Windows does a major update and it changes everything back to default. You have to go in sometimes and figure out which one is which radio, and it takes a little time to do. After you get those set, you come down here and look for default for your microphone. I click whatever is default. I don't worry about it. I click on the microphone that I'm using and I click here, set as default. If you have something else set as communications, default communications, you need to get rid of it. And the way to get rid of it is click microphone and hit set as default. That will go away. You do not want your codec set as default communications. Windows looks at a default communication or communications as the telephone modem, and you don't want that selected. Otherwise, you might get all kinds of weird sounds going into your radio. So just make sure that you've clicked microphone, set it default, and then if it says communications, default communications, click on your microphone again and set it as default, and it will disappear. Click OK, and you're all set and ready to go. You can close this up here in the top, and now you can open your programs and you can set up your codecs the way you need to. This is Larry, KF5MLP.